Okay, so this is where we will be meeting tomorrow at 2. We have a scheduled 2 o'clock. But you had a question. I am currently working. However, I wanted to take an opportunity to do two things at once, which is learn this sort of impromptu hangout thing. Not a hangout, but going live and stuff. What's up?
Okay, so
Oh, by the way, I'm
um,
recording this. I am recording this, so you know.
okay, thank you for that. um,
Mhm.
so basically, my schedule tomorrow, I won't be able to meet it too because I have
Oh, is that what it
my
is?
work.
Is that what you're? Do you want to just go ahead and do the check in now then?
Um, well, I'm currently driving,
Oh,
so
okay, okay.
I need to head home. But I'm okay. I'm down to do the check in today if you'd rather do that.
Uh,
Once I get
we
home.
could. What was your question? You said it's a lot. You said something like you had a lot to ask.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be able to do. I won't be able to do the cardio today because I have a lot to get ready for tomorrow
Oh, sure.
um, for work. But I would like to work out tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. You want to do a weight training session tomorrow?
Yes,
Oh, that's really good.
you you were right when you said my body was wanting to feel it. That's what I was in the message. I was tapping that like my body's feeling like it's dragging, and I'm like, I wonder if that's because I want to. My body's wanting to work out.
It is what it is. Your body, like, I don't mean to interrupt you. What
Very
you
good.
want to finish your thought? Okay, so
No,
um, that's 100% it. Like, I was up. Remember how when we met, I was like showing you how what I talked to with Claude late at night, or like deep. It'll be like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Remember I told you
mm-hmm.
about that?
Yeah.
And
Uh huh.
so, believe it or not, I think you're really gonna like this. I was meaning to talk to you about it. Like the bodybuilding itself and the pyramid. And I was talking to my girlfriend about this. I was telling her
Mm-hmm.
the pyramid should lead someone to become a man of God because it's very like cleansing. Like if you think about what the discipline is, right? It's about meditation or introspection, prayer. That's the base, that's the foundation, right? So, in other
Uh-huh.
words, when you're finding yourself lacking clarity or results, you actually go deeper into a meditative state or deeper into personal reflection or accountability, right? Like go first, come deep within the self. And then if everything's done with that introspection, then naturally you're able to start implementing discipline into the variables that are up top. So
Right.
you enter the pyramid with a consciousness of good things, right? We'll just leave it at that, good things. But then the ascetic, there's a word called ascetic, which is it has it is there's like ascetic practices in the Catholic religion, and ascetic bodybuilding itself is very ascetic. Now, what's interesting is that bodybuilding is very aesthetic. Now, people want the aesthetic, but the way to achieve that is to it's sacrifice and internal strength and discipline. So the body is a reflection of how much sacrifice and order is occurring within the body. The more sacrifice and order and the renunciation of quick dopamine fixes or quick pleasure, the more the body can build and have this epitome of strength. Is that making some sense?
Yeah, that's making sense.
You're like sirens and shit. This is funny,
Yeah, I know.
but
I'm trying to be careful because the fire truck was coming by.
yeah, yeah. So we could talk later about that. But what was your other question? So no, it's to wrap it up about that. That's 100% correct, and that's what I was waiting for. So it's sort of it's right on schedule. It's like it's right on schedule. That feeling of like desire for more. Like remember, it's the hunger command. So instead of the hunger going into the easy or the pleasure seeking ways, you're starting to drive it and it starts to create a flywheel of more more discipline, more energy, more self-confidence, more power. And then the
Mhm.
hunger, the ambition starts saying, give me more of that. So what
Yeah.
originally was like, ouch, that's not fun or that hurts, it becomes like, no, give me more. And so
Yeah.
one way, yeah, one way to, and so you start feeding that, and it goes into deep into like, I think about the stuff that we were talking about. We play like think
Mhm.
about, okay, the stuff that you're watching, right? The videos of like the that stuff, the YouTube videos. It's kind of dark, right? It's like very like, how would you describe those videos?
Oh, like the one I sent you?
No,
Or
well, I think you sent me one, but the one I sent originally, which is like, it's sort of, to
it's
me,
very,
yeah,
I was just gonna say it's very much a well, I guess the one that I sent was very different, but I know
yeah, 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 yeah,
from
yeah.
the one that you sent is something that I think a lot of men nowadays aren't getting, and it's the you can do it. The
Yeah.
mentality of like you're able to actually use yourself and your skills for something good, and
It's so
you can
good.
actually do
Yeah.
things. You're not a victim, you know?
Yes, and you're 100% right. It's like sometimes men today, I think it's a lot of like, we've like stuff that we've talked about or I've talked about with people. Like there's a lot of this like toxic, I don't know as much anymore, toxic masculinity, a lot of transgender talk, a lot of like the godlessness in our society. And it's like
Hmm.
that makes men weak because it's soft. It's like, oh, it lets people off the hook. But it's kind of
Right.
like, there's dogs that are bred to fight, you know? Like if you look at a pit bull, it was bred to fight. And have you ever, and like it doesn't take much, like say you're playing with a dog and you start like hitting it as a kid, like not like hitting it to hurt it, but like messing with a dog. I don't know if you ever had a dog, you're like, yeah, come on boy, and
Yeah.
immediately it goes ah, you know what I mean? like
Yeah.
like the dog, right? And so I think that you're right, that, or I agree with you in that respect, that men need that, like, it's like we testosterone itself, it it spikes and it receives pleasure through a little challenge and through a little pain. And when that isn't being sharpened, when that isn't being like sharpened, men become soft, and they lose like identity. They kind of forget that that's in there. So I agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say even like today, because like I kind of don't want to say that like, oh, I can't do cardio, because I actually do want to do it. I wish I could have done it earlier today, but I just have so much I need to like do, like as well as like I need to cook, and then I have a lot of like stuff I need to do around the apartment,
That's how it
that
is,
I've been
man.
like just.
That's how it is.
But like the
I'm
want is
telling
there.
you.
Like I
Yeah.
want to do it.
And that's, and that's how it is, man. Like if you do it right, you have such little space for bullshit. And even then, bullshit's gonna creep in. And then you kind of wonder, like, no wonder some people like overdo bullshit. It's like they're not watching what they're eating, they're not working out. Like bullshit seeks in, and it's the opposite flywheel. It sort of feeds itself. So you just gotta, but you're headed on the right track, man. I think you're headed on the right track.
Mhm.
And I think just based on how you're, just based on this week one, I foresee I foresee some really good things coming for you, man. Like I do this for a living, man. And I can sense projections. I can sense, I like, to me, I'd say you're in that stage where the athlete has been like poked. Like it's been, hey, you get me? It's like, think of like you're
Yeah,
being woke, you've been woken up. It's like and it's like
it's like
what?
that
Like
spark
yeah, like
ignite.
that's a metaphor I feel from where you're at, just in the way you're acting, the way you're speaking. And it's a beautiful
Uh-huh.
thing. Like once that guy wakes up in you, you just protect him, and you never let him go back to bed, and you just keep, it's mental. And that goes back to the meditate, like I don't think there's a single day that goes by that you don't have to reflect or meditate or Like the strongest people in the world, they take a moment to take inventory of where their minds at, like David Goggins. And he's like, I take a moment to reflect what challenges might happen that day. And this is a strong person. He could probably wing it, but it's just like that's how serious that bottom of the pyramid is. It's how focused and how relentless are you, because there's always going to be a fire truck, there's always going to be someone trying to take some time away, a thirst trap, there's always something. and and to truly be this, like, in other words, and I'm not joking, I am not joking what you're about to hear. It's like, if you wish to be a really great Catholic, or whatever that means to you, like maybe you don't want to be a Catholic, maybe you just want to be a man of God, like, I don't know, don't let me, it's not for me to say. That's where the identity at the bottom, it's like, it's for you to carve out and be like, this is who I choose to be in the world. And once you make that decision, you double down and you're like, I've made my decision, that's who I am, end of story.
Right.
So does that make sense? That's why it's open ended, but it's more like you carve it out. So this, for me, like what you're seeing, it's that would be like, Jacob, you have time. It's like, I actually didn't, but I was like, but I want to be there. So how do I make it? Because I have to make videos for this. Because it's like, well, I've made I've made a
Yeah.
decision to like do this. So it's like there's always something trying to, when I went to Starbucks right now, it's like, fuck, man, these people are taking 10 minutes here. It's like, I need to record, and I need to record a video.
Yeah.
It's like, so it's like there's always something trying to stop you from that epitome of who you chose to be. And that's why most people are going to quit. Like, and if you think about those videos of like, it's like resilience and like hunger and desire and like the hunger command protocol, because you're always gonna, there's always going to be a donut. There's always going to be the burger and fries. There's always going to be a chick that, let's say you get in great shape and you're happy with your girlfriend, and you're living a godly life. And there's going to be a chick that comes by and she's going to like be like, well, Adrian, hey, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because it's just, there's always the next level, that there's a temptation there to try to lure you away from who you choose to be, and the win that you choose to be. And that's the sincerest truth I could tell you, my friend.
Hmm.
Is that making some sense? Like, do you have context as
No,
to why
no,
I'm telling you this, right? Like it's
no,
like
no.
you,
That makes
it could seem like you're like, Jacob, I don't think this is about fitness. I'm telling you, it's the unspoken dynamic. Like, it's the unspoken reason it's hard.
no, no. You're right. I mean, everything in this. I was just thinking about this the other day, and I'm like, we could be like our best, and then I just like, just so how normal it is for like, a whole bunch of sweets to be advertised, a whole bunch of like fried food, burgers, like that's literally everywhere. And it's quick and easy. It tastes good. It hits that pleasure center. And that's literally everything that um, leads you to sin. It's a quick dopamine hit that tarnishes your soul.
And again, the degree as to which you feel that truth, let's say you say the word tarnishes your soul, right? If that's true for you, it's true for you. And in the Bible, it goes into, again, I don't want to get biblical. It's not like my thing. Do you understand? Like, it's not like I'm fine with someone saying, Jacob, you're a heathen. You should not be talking about the Bible. It's like, that's fine, man. Like, it's not like my thing. Like, I don't want to be Mr. Bible. Um, I say that,
Good.
but I can understand the whole, like, to a man, if he says, if I forget which verse it is, 'cause I don't have the verse memorized. It's like, to whoever it is, if a man thinks it's a sin to him, it's a sin to him. Like, it's for your personal like conviction to speak and have voice and be like, and that's where the self-control and the self-discipline comes in. Because it's like, for me, the other day, it was just yesterday, I opened up Instagram and there was the Hodge twins. You may know who they are, they may not. And they were about to talk about, oh, this man, he got busted by the cops in front of his wife. and I was about to watch it. It was the first thing in the morning. I go, no, why am I going to watch this? These people just want me to watch their content to, in a way, make fun of this man's unfortunate demise. Why is this man in this situation? Because he lacked self control. He probably did something where he was ashamed of himself. And why am I going to watch it? Like, what do I gain from it? Nothing. I'm just going to feel weird. I'm just going to feel like there's nothing I could do that's good. So someone could say, well, Jacob, you could watch it. And this, I think, where Christians sort of get into this battle. Well, you could watch it so that way it's like, dude, for me in that moment, I knew it wasn't for me. Does that make some sense what I'm trying to tell you? Like, it's like, no,
Yeah.
it's not for me in that moment. I knew I shouldn't watch that video. I stopped it and no. And there was this guy that my girlfriend told me about. His name's Chase Hughes. And I think he does like body language, or he reads stuff with from the CIA. I don't know what he did. And he's talking about influence and stuff. And he goes, to the level people want control, but the more that you want to control your reality, he goes, you have to have 3 times more self-control. And so I told one of the persons I just hired, I go, I want to invite you on the journey of self-control. And that's all the pyramid is. Like, it's just a reflection to look at who's the master of yourself. And that's a very private question, right? Because like
Right.
that's the whole meditation rosary. Like, it's for you to say, like, in those moments, like, I'm the master of my destiny. And I think that that's very anti. I know that that's not anti-winning, and I know that that's very American, and I know that's the core of American culture. I think that we've sort of forgotten it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Right.
What else? What else did you have to? You said you had a lot. I know we're getting a little.
Okay, I told you about. Oh yeah. So, what would we do about the time and the
The
check-in?
check-in.
Because I'm
Well,
yeah,
then tell me more or
information.
less when you're available. Tell me more or less when you're available. I can tell you right now, since I've been keeping tabs pretty much all week, I think you're doing really well. The most important thing of that check-in is going to be to get the tape measure, and I'll give you where to measure on yourself, and let's get those pictures, and then we'll run it through the formulas as to where you're at currently with body fat and where you were before you left. We'll get those 2 things established. I think that you could not have a better first week, to be quite honest with you. So let's get that. So as soon as you get that tape, the measuring tape, I'll give you the measurements to do on your body, and then we can go from there. If we need
Okay.
to move it to Saturday, we move it to Saturday.
Okay. Yeah, that works then.
Yeah, so don't stress
And
about it.
then
Just get the
I'll
tape. Just get the tape measure first thing, and then look at your schedule, and then from there we'll kind of say, okay, Saturday's going to be a better day to do the check-ins.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
What else? There was something else. Um. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you when it comes to like carbs and stuff like that. Um, how much should I be aware of like how much I'm intaking versus like protein? Like for example, this morning,
You're weighing
I had
216 pounds, right? 214.
two 214 now. Yeah.
So look at your weight as a good indicator of, like, you're gonna have more accurate numbers as we get you on a diet. But since you're just starting out, I'd like you to go 150 grams of protein at 200, 150 to 200 protein. Okay.
Mhm.
Let's say 200 to 230 grams of carbs. And let's say 50 to 80 grams of fat. Okay. Those, I'll text you those windows. Let me text them to you now. Hold on. 200, 150 to 200 grams of protein, 200 to 230 grams of carbs, 50 to 80 grams of fat.
Mhm.
I just text them to you. Okay. So now we have an idea of your targets. Like, so all I want you to do is do your best to stay in those windows for now. Like, that's going to
Okay.
require you to weigh food, read the label. And and feel free to post like your meals and be like, this is this how many grams of carbs. We can start. I want you to understand the first week or two, I'm just studying what you're doing. I'm sort of just
Okay.
like I'm seeing in your natural habitat how you react, what you're doing, how you're responding to just the little challenges. And then from there, it lets me know how much I can, you could say the low lying fruit
Mm-hmm.
of boundaries. See,
Yeah.
think of a diet like a boundary. If the boundary comes in too quick too soon, you're going to feel constricted. But if you naturally stick within this range, and I just say, okay, well, let's go ahead and put the blocker here, then
Right.
that leaves it so that it's you're not even going to realize that you're on a diet. So by the time that you actually get on a more refined diet, it's sort of more. It's just like anything. You're adapting to it with a more
Mm-hmm.
synergistic flow.
Okay. So maybe I might be doing too much too soon
No, I didn't say that.
in terms of like restricting.
Not, you might be. I don't know. Are you? I know that you sometimes sound like you don't eat enough, but I'm not tripping on it. That last day that you reported with it was the protein shake and the meals. That sounded pretty good. So right now, the best key for you to do is to have a number. Let's say at the end of the day, by today, if you give me, okay, Jacob, I hit 100 and some grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs, then we grab. If you just are conscious, like, don't even worry about so much like staying in a boundary. Like, let's
Uh-huh.
see what you do naturally, and
Okay.
then and then say, okay, let's add, let's take away, let's try to hit the target, but without even the ability to. What does it matter? In other words, if you can't even identify where you're at, then I can't tell you. It's like if you can't even read a map, then I can't necessarily ask you to read the map and drive.
Uh-huh.
First, I need you to be able to tell me what you had and document it. And if we can get that, then we could say, okay, let's go ahead and give you a target.
Okay.
So
Uh,
think of it like that, where it's more a, a development in the story, not a imposing. We're not going to impose nutrition. We're going to let the
okay.
body kind of work with the mind, what's going on, the science. So it becomes a harmony. One person told me back when I took a dancing lesson, she goes, Jacob, first we learn the rules so we could break them. I know that's you're like, what? It's just you need to know what the goal is and how to stick in it, and then you
Mhm.
can sort of modify and adapt on the spot.
Okay. That makes
Hmm.
sense.
Hmm.
Okay. Let's see what else. Um, I did. Uh, I did take some pictures on Saturday, day one. Um, for the checklist. I'm not sure if you want to use those or if you want to take. You want me to take
Where
new
they would
ones?
ideally you'd be like in some boxers and without a shirt, or if you feel so you want to get a good picture, that would be ideal. A front, a side, and a back shot. A
Okay.
front, a side, and a
Yeah.
back, as
I was
clear as
wearing a
possible.
I was wearing shorts and like it was like one of the gym shirts I have. It's like really tight. It's
If
bright
you feel like
orange.
that's good, we can look at them, and if needed, we can maybe do it again. But I'll let you
Yeah,
know if it's like
that's
okay,
fine. I mean, if if you
that'll
think they're good enough, then that's fine.
yeah. We'll send those over when you get a chance. If you want to make them public, we can. But if not, we can just I'll put them in a file for you.
Yeah, we can keep it private for now.
Okay. Okay. Completely understand.
And I'll just need to check and look for that tape measure because I cannot for the life of me remember where I put it. Uh, yeah, if I can't find it, I might need to order one.
No worries. Yeah, the tape. Maybe just you could just get it at Target or like Dollar General, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know I did have one because I did have it for measuring from the last program that I did, but I'll just need to figure out where I put it.
Yeah. So you get your measurements. Everything's looking solid, man.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't be happier with your progress so far. And
Mhm.
get the car. I'll get to work out for you for tomorrow. So now it looks like you're going to be averaging 4 workouts a week, which is better for your goal.
Right.
Mhm.
And how would that look like when you separate into four, right? You do more different things, right, in one day, like how we were doing 2 workouts, we were doing a lot of different leg workouts in one day.
Yeah.
So
There's different
how
ways to split it up. Like I'm gonna have to look at what you've done and sort of adapt to the situation, but you'll be fine.
Mhm. Okay.
You'll be fine as you get more advanced and you're putting in more load into the muscle tissue. You'll have more structure that's sort of easy to see
Right.
because you'll be like, well, these are the days I do legs, et cetera, et cetera. These are my days. And there's a consistent goal, like, okay, I want to hit more here, et cetera, more of a progressive overload. So you'll be fine. It's going to
Okay.
come together probably by the end of the month, you'll have more solid, you should have every one of the areas of the pyramid lighting up, meaning you'll see how the internal world affects your meditation or your rosary or everything you're doing
Mhm.
with church. You'll see how that affects your peace and your clarity and your conviction, how that drives into the peace in your sleep and your recovery, how the recovery leads into healing from the workout, how the workout gives you energy for the power in your muscles to transfer into all your world. And then you'll see how everything interconnects. The best, like, I remember I've had arguments with my girlfriend sometimes, or like debates or whatever. And she'll say, well, this and this. And I go, everything in reality is one thing. Like, everything in reality is one thing, meaning the workout is part of your relationship. The the workout is part of your relationship. I'm gonna call, but you can, yeah.
Yeah, good.
So the workout is part of your relationship. Your relationship is part of your workout. Your church is part of your workout. Everything is connected. People think
Mhm.
they're sort of just isolated systems, but let's say you have a terrible, let's say if you start not getting along with somebody you love, it's gonna bleed into your work. You get me? And if
Right.
you don't
Uh-huh.
take care of your work, you're not gonna be able to take care of yourself and those you love. So everything in reality is connected.
Right. Okay. I mean, I've kind of already kind of seen that with like just the change of lifestyle from going more into faith, where it just automatically affects just your mood and things like that.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. It's
And
all yeah. you're
and
you're
with
getting
working
these
out stuff.
ideas early. Like, I've learned these things the hard way through trial and error and through a lot of research. So you're learning them at a pretty, you starting your workout a little late, but you are learning things that are very powerful early. So you should be able to make up some time. By the fact these concepts are harder to understand, or they're easy to understand, but they're sort of overlooked. Most
Mhm.
people think everything is fragmented, like, or they have two aspects, like, I'm gonna work out and I'm gonna do my work, but their relationships are crap, right? But once
Right.
you realize, like, there is no fragments, everything that's important to you is in fact impacting everything.
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Mhm. But let me let you run for now, Adrian. I have to get. I'm gonna make a video. Is there? If you have any questions or like a burning concern, I have to make some content. Like, on my end, I have to get ready to make this school blow up bit by bit. I'm quite a ways away from the goal, but because I had let the school network or this website sort of sit there for a year.
Uh-huh.
Small change, small wins is I went from being ranked like 10,000, I don't even know where, to now like almost 2,000 ranks up. So let's just say, I at that rate, hopefully in a month or so or two, I'm in the top 1,000, top 100. I think breaking into the top 100 to 200 would be pretty cool from 10,000, like, right? So to
Yeah.
give you an idea of everything, I think a good way to kind of see this, and this is sort of, I think that, you know what? Here's my challenge to you, and I think this is a good place to end this call for now. I'd say, like, you're witnessing me. This is my fitness challenge, right? And how everything, like, the working out is this, and this is the working out, and everything is the way you handle the lunge, the way you handle the squat, the way you handle meditation, the way you handle a program, the way you handle every challenge. Like, you're probably good at understanding what this is because you're probably doing pretty good at law school, and we're good at band. You see how that same person that was there kind of putting things together there and putting things together in law school is now putting things together here. Does that make some sense to
Uh-huh.
you?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And the same way you were number one chair in in band, by that same token, I typically land in the top 5% of anything I do across all domains. So if was, or I hadn't done well with this because I had let it sit there, but I saw a jump of 1,000 to 2,000 places, it naturally awoke within me. And again, I'm being very transparent so you can understand what I mean. Like, that, I can't be more transparent than that. Like, I'm being pretty transparent.
Right.
So I'd say, like, to me, it's like I belong in the top 5%. Like, some of them is, well, you belong number one. It's like, no, no, no. What I'm saying is I'm being factual and saying I consistently show up in the top 5% of almost any organization, of almost anything I do. So it's standard for me for that to happen. Does that make some sense? Like, see how that's identity? You see how that's identity? Like, are you starting to see that? Like, it's like, what the fuck? Like, that's how that's consistent for me. Hello? You mute me?
Hello?
Adrian, did you mute me?
No, I didn't. I think my phone just muted itself. I don't know.
That's
That was
fine. That's
weird.
fine. No,
I
that's
heard
fine.
everything you said though.
Yeah, yeah. But that makes some sense about the, like, it's almost like when you know who you are, and you're not, there's a dissonance. Like, I know I belong here. Like, we look to close that gap because it's in our identity. It's like
Hmm.
that gap between who you see yourself as and where you're at. It should be painful to the point where you're like, I have to make that right. And so
Yeah, that's
that,
that's uh that's exactly what happened to me.
with fitness, you mean, or what?
Yeah, yeah, with fitness and also with beforehand it was with just spiritual as well with faith. But mainly like one of the main reasons why I reached out for a trainer, right, at Goals, was because like I see myself internally as this kind of person, but my outward appearance is not the same, and my
Yes.
lifestyle is not the same that where me internally I would see myself.
Yes. And then and then, like, they're closing that gap requires so much, like, conviction and
Hmm.
follow through, that you have to become like you have to have this tunnel vision of saying, no, like, I know what I'm about, and you will do everything it takes to close that gap. And
Right.
this is no different for me. Like, the school thing, it's like eventually your reality doesn't match with who you see yourself as, and you're like, I have to do something about it.
Hmm.
So your success and my success are very much linked at the hip, and that's what I mean. Like, I'm not being funny when I say that.
Right.
Like, I mean that 100%. Where it's like, okay, what is, and there'll be another person. There's another gentleman, but I'm training him here. but one of the trainers quit here, so I took over him, and he's a good guy. He's working a lot, and he also is on this 90-day program, but since I didn't start with him with it, he's sort of unfocused, right? For now.
Mm.
So I have to sort of get him on board. But eventually there'll be people joining you, and that's what I'm working on, is advertising and making content. If there's any questions you have, like a content or like at any point, if you have a question that is like, I'd like this answered, maybe I can make a video on it. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, Adrian, let me let you run, and I'll get a workout out for you for tomorrow and get in the cardio. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, Adrian. Bye for now.
Bye.
Peace.